Good morning, friends. Hello to everyone here. Hi, guys. Welcome. Kind of not a last minute live. I was planning it. I didn't know when I was going to do it. But I am here and I just got back from France on Thursday. I came back. I'm lost for time. I have no idea what day it is. But it's been pretty hectic and busy. I had a workshop yesterday, which was a lot of fun. But I'm just trying to get back into the groove of things. And I didn't have a video scheduled to come out today. So I thought I would go live and talk a little bit about my trip. I am going to be doing a video, like a full video of a recap of the retreat, because it was amazing. And I definitely want to share all that. So today I thought I would just talk a little bit about it, maybe show you some of the things that I got while I was there. And then, yeah, we can maybe even paint a little. Because honestly, you would think I would have painted more on the retreat. I really didn't. And I'll talk about that because it was a work trip. It was amazing. It was absolutely incredible, but it was a work trip and I didn't feel like I got as much leisure time to paint for myself. I could have taken a lot of that time, but because I was painting for work, it was a little bit different, but we'll chat about that. Good morning to you guys. Oh, someone's here from France. That's awesome. Bonjour. Upstate New York, Colombia, Kentucky. Welcome, guys. Okay. So it is actually so nice to be back in my office with all of my art supplies. I did bring a ton of art supplies on the trip. I supplied everyone with their own little kits, which I kind of showed you in my packing video. And I did bring a bunch of things for myself. I think I brought like 3 sketchbooks and like a bunch of pencils, my travel brushes, my watercolor, like my palette, everything. And I used it like 0 times. Just the only time I used my regular palette for demonstrations when I was teaching and stuff like that. But in my downtime, I didn't paint at all. I was thinking that maybe I would be painting at the airport because I had like a 7-hour layover. But what I didn't think about was I was traveling all night, sitting in a middle seat on an airplane for 7 hours with 0 sleep, and the last thing I wanted to do at the Paris airport was bust out my paints because I was exhausted. That first day was a travel day of about 24 hours. So that was probably one of the worst parts, was just the travel. And then on the way back, our first flight was delayed. So we flew to get there. We flew into Paris and then had a layover of 7 hours, which was crazy. And then we flew from Paris to Toulouse, which was only like an hour flight, but that 7-hour layover was crazy. In the end, I was like, maybe we should have taken a train just for something to do, but you live and you learn. And then on the way back, our first flight from Toulouse to Paris got delayed. So we missed our connecting flight. Sorry, my desk is dirty. We missed our connecting flight by like 20 minutes, which caused us to be stuck in Paris for the evening. So Air France had to give us a hotel and all that, which, I mean, it doesn't sound awful being stuck in Paris, but it was later at night. We couldn't go do much and I was exhausted. So we just stayed in the hotel. So that was a bit of a bummer because also by the end of the trip, I just wanted to be home with my babies. Like, that was definitely the hardest part, was just being away from my kids and my husband, who did an incredible live stream while I was away and has gotten more views than I usually get from my live streams, which is hilarious. He's amazing. Huge. I think everyone just needs to give him a huge shout out. He was incredible in his lives while also holding down the fort here at home with the 2 insane little boys that we have. He did such an incredible job. He likes to play it off as, I was just being a parent, but no, he really was every kind of support that we all needed. And I am so incredibly grateful, because I wouldn't be able to do any of this without him. So Matt, you're the best and you know it. But yeah, so the traveling was probably the worst part, the flights and stuff like that. Everything went smoothly. Otherwise it was great. But yeah, that was that. So I do want to show you a little bit about what I got in France. One of the days of our excursions, we went into the town of Albi, which was a beautiful town. And I'm going to have all of this kind of background footage in the YouTube video I'm going to create. But it was so nice. And the hosts of our venue, they took us to an art supply store, which was amazing. The only thing that sucked about that day is that night I actually got kind of sick. From what? I don't know. Maybe it was just exhaustion and all that stuff. And we were supposed to go into Albi, and I was like really fighting with myself, going like, do I go with the girls? Like, I was just not feeling the best. I did rally and I did go, and I'm really glad I did. I think I just needed some fresh air, and I was just really tired. I wasn't sleeping. I still wasn't adjusted. But we got to go to an art store, which was fun. So I'm going to show you what I got at the art store. You'd think I would have gotten a lot more. I really wish I did. I wasn't like, my head wasn't in the game totally. And also I was really good at being like, no, I have so many paints at home and I have this already. I don't need anything, which, come on, we all need more. But I didn't get any paints. The paints that I saw mostly in the art store were Sennelier, which I only have like 5 tubes, and I don't really use them only because I have so many others, but they're great quality paints. I just didn't buy any. And Winsor and Newton were the 2 main that I recognized. But what I did end up getting were some sketchbooks, because you can never have enough sketchbooks. So the ones, and protein bars, apparently. So the one thing that I did get were the sketchbooks. So I got this Hahnemühle, I don't know how to say it, sketchbook, which was actually on sale. This was 14 euros, but it was actually on sale. It was 30% off. So I got one of these. It's 100% cotton cold pressed. The paper we were actually using for the retreat was the Hahnemühle paper. This is the one that Uptrek ordered for us, which I had never used it before, but I had seen reviews to make sure it was good before I said, yes, go ahead, get that kind. Absolutely love it. They just don't have, I don't have access to it here as easily. I'm sure I could find it, but I don't see it in a lot of art stores near me. So this was actually a really nice, pleasant surprise that we got to paint with at the retreat venue. Love this paper. So we got that. So once I tried that paper, I knew that the sketchbook was going to be fun to get. And it's just, I like the little ones. I like working small as well. just because I find it a lot less overwhelming. So I like the small sketchbooks. And then I got 2 more sketchbooks. These are the Royal Talons mixed media ones, because you guys know I've been doing a lot of mixed media, and they are just like so cute. I saw Katie Moody use the Royal Talons ones, and I was like, I want to use those, and they're super inexpensive. So this one was €8, and this one was like €5, and I just love the little pocket kind of. Actually, I'm gonna open it now because I want to see what the paper's actually like. I don't know if they're any good, but either way, they're going to be fun to use. And that's honestly all I got in France at the art store in Albi, which I'm kicking myself now because I'm like, I just should have just splurged and got a bunch of other things. It's just hard because I don't need any paint. Hi, Jessica. Jessica was on the retreat with us. She is so much fun. Jessica was so sweet. And she brought me one of the paper block separators. I have it right here. So I did have one of these from a long time ago that came with my Bauhung Academy watercolor paper, and I lost it. And then at the retreat, she like bought her and her friend some, but then brought me one too, which was so useful because I had brought my ruler to separate my paper. So this was awesome, and I still have it, and I'm going to keep it forever. I'm also going to show you guys what else, like Jessica. So Jessica came with 3 of her other friends. These girls, everyone, first of all, on the retreat was a hoot. They were so much fun. Everyone was so kind and supportive and loving. But Jessica and her friends, they were so much fun. We had such a good time. And I'll show you one of the other things that they gave me at the end, which was so sweet. I just want to open this paper quickly. I'm getting distracted. So this is 94-pound paper. It's just a mixed media. It's like a sketchbook paper. It's not, either way, it's going to be fun to just kind of, maybe this could be like my little sketchy. That's very thin. I don't think I thought it was what it was. Is this as thin as this kind of paper? No, it's different. Oh, wait. It's similar. I don't know if this is going to work well, but I might try it. Anyway, so yeah, I only got sketchbooks there, but also at the art store, they ended up giving some samples away. So I got a couple like Sennelier pastels, the soft pastels, which I also don't really use very much, but maybe I'll try something. Primary colors, can you mix soft pastels? I have no idea. But yeah, so we got that. But yeah, those are the only art supplies that I bought. So I feel disappointed in myself. I should have, come on now. I should have really splurged, but I didn't. Okay, but I will show you some other fun things that I got. Probably one of my favorite things that I got. I went to a bunch of stores in Toulouse. Was it Toulouse that we were in? I think it was Albi actually. But they have a similar store in Toulouse, and it was like this store called like Happy Designs, and everything was like super brightly colored. They had just like the most random things. They had like bags and toothbrushes and toothbrush holders. They had tags for your luggage. They had vases. They had just like novelty kind of things. I found the absolute perfect thing for my desk, art themed. This is my favorite thing. It is a salt shaker in the shape of a paint tube. And it was amazing because when I use my salt for my artwork, I've been using I've literally been pouring salt out of this big like table salt thing, which was ridiculous. Now I have one. Let me just show you in the overhead. It's so funny. Painting. Bowl painting. Look at this. Come on. It's a salt shaker that's in the shape of a paint tube. And it just sits on my desk. It's amazing. I don't know. I saw it and I was like, I have to get this. And then Jessica, the 4 ladies got me the matching vase. It's a matching vase, and I just put my little tulips in it. It's a vase that's a paint tube, and it just sits on your desk. So that was a gift from the girls. I'm like, look how cute this is. I'm obsessed. So yeah, they had like a whole line of like random things, but like there was like an art line. They had like a cheese board that was in the shape of a palette with cheese knives, and like I wanted to get that too, but I'm like, when do I ever host? I never host anything. But like, look how cute this vase is. So anytime this vase is in my shots, I'm going to be thinking of those girls because this was so sweet. I'll show you the other things I got. So I got the salt shaker, love it. And then I was drinking a bit more tea on the retreat, and I saw this in the store and I was like, oh my God, I have to get this because this is just kind of funny. So cute. Do you think the vase could also be a brush holder? It definitely could, couldn't it? I think it is a vase though, isn't it? No, it is a vase, but yes, it could be. I could use it as that too. Yeah, this is the box. Art floral, small vase. But yeah, that could be a brush holder too. There's not too many, like the opening's not as wide, so you couldn't fit that many brushes in there. Okay, so then from the same line, this is a tea, what is it? A tea diffuser. We could have done wine tasting with cheese. Yes, I know, Matt. Sorry. I didn't get that thing. And there were like the cheese knives. I just was worried about customs. I don't know. But yeah, so this is a cheese diffuser, a tea diffuser. You put your loose leaf tea in here, and then you put it in your tea, which is so funny because like how many of us have dipped our brushes in our coffee? I'm not going to do it right now. But like, I mean, this is going to make it even more confusing of which is the paint water and which is your tea. I need to say. But I thought it was hilarious, so I got it. It's a tea diffuser in the shape of a paintbrush. I don't know. I thought it was hilarious, and so I got that. And then lastly, there is this thing. I don't know. I think this is like a, it's a ceramic palette. I think for like, I don't know. I don't even know. It's just like a little tray. Drop art. I don't know. But it's the shape of a paint tube. Can you see it? See it? Like, I wonder if you could like serve like, I don't know if it's like a serving plate or whatever, but I thought this could be really cute just to like hold my brushes maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. But it's pretty. And it's ceramic, or I could even mix colors on here, or I could serve cheese on here. I don't know. But look at this. Look at this. So that's going to sit on my desk. I don't know. I could have bought. Heck? What happened? What happened?
Your Mac's still on?
Yeah? I'm back on now. Could you guys hear everything I was saying though?
When you put your thing down, you probably hit the black screen on the Steam Deck.
I don't know. Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry. But could you guys hear me when it was black? Oh, shoot. Okay. I'm back.
You're good. Okay, love you. Bye.
Bye. Okay, I think that was my fault. I think my mouse hit everything. Also, if you look at my desk, I just have stuff everywhere. So that's probably why. My bad. Sorry. I'm sorry. I just have so much stuff here. I'm so messy. I need to clean so bad. That was my fault. I don't remember what I was saying. Yep, it's gone. Sorry. My train of thought's gone now. But yeah, anyway, got all that art stuff. that was fun. And yeah, I don't know if I bought anything else while I was there. Just the sketchbooks and then these like art themey things, which is so fun. So yeah, that's what I got. I'm good now. Okay. Clean desk, clean mind. Yes, husband. I will clean. I just haven't had any time. So I'll do it today now. I had 3 things on my desk. My desk is so messy. Yeah, if I zoomed out, you would see the mess. Like, that's zoomed into like one part. There's stuff everywhere. And I'm very overwhelmed. And my floor is really messy too. It's just chaos here, but that's okay. Mini cheese dish. It's not a mini cheese dish. It's a spoon rest. I was waiting for Matt's technical difficulties screen. We need that. Matt, did you put that on there still? Because that was funny. Yeah, so anyway, I will talk a little bit about the retreat. Like I said, I'm going to have a full YouTube video with like a recap with everything. I did sell out Spain while I was there, which was awesome. I think people maybe saw my social media and was like, oh, this is going to be epic. So it is pretty epic. The venue where we stayed was incredible. The hosts who own the property and live there, Sophie and Nicola, they were honestly so kind and so sweet. They're a married couple. They have a little son who's so sweet. But they were so helpful and just kind, and they did a lot of the cooking of the appetizers and stuff. So for the food, they had a caterer, I believe, for lunch. And then they had, still on there. Okay. And then they had a private chef for the dinners, which was amazing. And then Sophie and Nicola, they did the breakfast and all the little appetizers throughout the day, which were incredible. It was absolutely amazing. So that was so much fun. Oh, Shannon's here. Hi, Shannon. She was also on the trip. So much fun. Oh, and Laura. But yeah, so it was honestly the most incredible experience of my life. I feel like I can say that more now that I'm back. I think towards the end, I was like, I just miss my husband and my kids. And I was having a little bit of a struggle with that, which I believe is normal. But now that I'm back, I'm like, I want to go back. It was so much fun. And I think a lot of it, like I was nervous about like, who's going to be coming? Who do I have to socialize with? Honestly, I couldn't have asked for a better group of women to be on this trip. They were so kind and sweet and just so much fun to be around. We had such a great time. My best friend was there as well. She did a lot of the behind the scenes and filming for me. So she has her own social media platform that she does a lot of mom content on. So I was so lucky that she was there to capture a lot of it. And it was really nice because we both have kids around the same age. So we were feeling a lot of the same anxieties, but it was great just being together. And kind of going through it together, and also having a break together and just being able to drink wine without kids. And just, I don't know, be adults and have not a lot of responsibilities. It was a work trip. I will say that. I did work a lot. Just different type of work, obviously. It wasn't like grueling or anything. But I do feel like I did not paint as much as I thought I was going to. Like I said, I brought a lot of my supplies and I would do my demonstrations and stuff like that. And then once the classes were done, I was like, I don't want to paint now. I just want to go relax. So I did not paint as much as I wanted to at all. I think I did paint a bunch of things for the ladies. So anytime I did a demonstration, I made sure that everyone got like one of my paintings at the end of the trip. So, because I didn't need to bring anything home. But yeah, it was so much fun. And like I said, I will have a video with all of it. And I don't know. So I have not really touched paint in a little bit, especially since I've been home. I haven't even been in my office. So I was thinking I could just, paint a little bit with you. Maybe I'll I'll paint like a flower that I saw. So one of the days we went to these beautiful gardens, and I took a bunch of reference photos, which I didn't use. So maybe I would show you how I would go about doing that. Just so we can paint something together. I'm going to use my Hamule paper. Oh my God, this place is a mess, guys. It's really driving me nuts. After I'm done this, I have to clean, which will last for like 2 seconds, and then I'll mess it up again because that's what I do. Yes, I did get Matt's card. It was so cute. It's right here. It's gonna stay here forever. I love it. Don't leave me again. Too bad I have to. I'm so sorry, babe. But yeah. I'm just making sure I'm not missing anything. Okay, I need a little bit of coffee. Coffee has become my savior lately. Okay. So I'm going to flip you guys around. Full painting. Okay. And I'm going to open up my paints, which I haven't done since the trip. Trying to see what I have here. I also taught a workshop yesterday in my town. So I did paint a little bit, but I mean, I find teaching painting is so much different than painting for yourself. So I haven't really been able to just like play and explore a lot. So it'll be nice to get back to that. And I'm dropping things. Okay. My paper towel. Jessica, I feel the same. Like, I'm ready to go back too. It was funny. Like, I was like, I miss my kids. I miss my babies. And then I came home and they just started yelling at me and demanding things. And I'm like, okay, I want to go back now. Bring me back. I'm tired. It's like motherhood slapped me in the face. Okay, let me turn on. Now Matt needs to host art retreats too, so he can have equal vacation time. Honestly, if I could bring him with me, I would love to. We just need childcare. That's the only thing. I mean, if Matt wanted to host an art retreat by himself, he could do that too. But the whole time I was away, I was like, I wish Matt was here. He would have loved it. Like, it's so his thing too. He would have absolutely loved it. So maybe one day when the kids are a little bit older, if we have some sort of support that we can both go together. Okay. So let me see some of the photos and then I'll show you. I took some up close photos of some of the beautiful flowers. So I don't know if you guys can see that. So there was like beautiful anemones there, different colored ones. These cute forget-me-nots. The peonies were in bloom. Look at that one. It's like almost and then fully bloomed. Crazy. Look at that peony. So pretty. Poppies were out. Irises. These are the grounds of the garden that we went to. It was beautiful. And let me see. Yeah, then I have like some other poppies. The Icelandic poppies. So pretty. So maybe I'll just like fill my page with some pretty flowers. That's my friend walking. Okay, so I'm just gonna start painting. And I'll try to explain a little bit and chat. And yeah. Okay, hold on. I'm a watercolor retreat cruise. Now we're talking. Yeah, Matt's very, very supportive. I'm so, so grateful for him giving me this time to kind of do my thing. Back in the day when he was working in tech, he got to travel a bunch for work. So he likes to remind me that now is my time, which is so, so kind and supportive. Where is my brush? Looking for my flat brush. Where did I put it? Thought I had another one. Hold on. Looking for my long flat brush. That's what I want to use. I just can't find anything in my office because it is a mess. Did I? Hold on. No, that's a different brush. What brush is it? I have like brushes. Oh, here they are. I had brushes tucked away and I was like, where are they? Okay. I just wanted to use this one. Okay. Okay. So I'm using my 1/2-inch flat brush and I'm going to do this bright colored, like wine colored peony, I think. Something similar. And I'm not going to do it like stroke for stroke or anything, but just something like that. So I'm going to grab some permanent rose and a little bit of purple to get this like wine color, a bit more on the pink side though. And I'm going to leave like a little center here. And I'm just going to have these petals going around. I'm going to dip my brush in water to lighten some of it up. So I have some light petals, some dark petals. Let them bleed into each other. Like that. I'm doing like a top-down view of it. Just making it very, very loose. I will try and look at the comment section or the chat while I'm doing this, but just bear with me. It's hard to focus. And I'm just going to tap my brush going around to get kind of that like spiky center. Like so. Like that. Then I'm going to grab some yellow. And I'm going to tap going around that center a bit. And then I'm going to leave the center, I think. Or actually, I'm going to do this. I'm going to use the flat edge to kind of do that, those lines, just a bit. Like that. And then I'm going to leave it. I'm going to let it dry. Okay. Then I want to, actually, hold on, this is drying a bit fast. I can always add a little bit more like purple to the edges while it's wet. Yeah, just for a little bit more depth. Just while it's still wet though. Like that. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna leave that. Let me see what other flowers I have in here. Maybe like a poppy. Get some red, but also some yellow to make it bright. Trying to also catch up on what you guys are talking about. Hold on. I know, Matt was hilarious in his live. I wish I could have seen the whole thing in real time, but at the same time we were enjoying ourselves by the pool. Not to like rub it in or anything, but I also want to make sure we were all hanging out with the ladies. Okay, so I'm just doing like a little guide for the center. And I'm just gonna do these big kind of petals going around. I'm gonna take off some of that color. Just very, very loose kind of, I don't even know. Clearly I'm all teached out. I'm like, can't even explain what I'm doing right now. I'm like, you know, put a little bit of paint here, put a little bit of paint here. I'm gonna have some of this bleed into each other. I'm not really focusing on a composition for this at all. I'm trying to leave a little bit of white space to show like difference in the petals, but I don't know if I like that. I might just go back in with some darker paint. I want a little bit more yellow in here. This again is like a top-down view. I'm going to grab more red, maybe a little bit of purple to make a darker red. And I'm just going to add some darker shadows into some of these petals behind to separate them instead of using that white space. I haven't played in a long time, it feels like, so I'm just like seeing what works. I don't know. Gonna do a little bit of the darkness towards the center. See that? I feel like that works. I might lift a little bit. Just my damp, clean brush to kind of lift some highlights in there a little bit. Like that. There we go. And I'm going to leave that. What is Matt saying? How many brushes does one person need? We especially need the brushes we shall never use. I can't say anything. Sometimes you just need what you need. Like back in the day when I needed a new TV, right, Emma? Yeah, always. Every time we get a new TV and he'd be like, well, look at this TV. He was like a TV hoarder and I hated it. And I would yell at him, we don't need a new TV. I just want to look. And I'd be like, get so angry. But I mean, hey, my hobby is a little bit cheaper though, Matt. So a little bit, not by much. Just getting some more highlights on some of these petals. There we go. It's going to come to life, I promise. All right, what other one could I do? Just looking through my photos. There's like this big pink peony that I might try too. Okay, I'm going to grab yellow first. And I'm going to do like this yellowy kind of center. Just like spikes. Like that. It's going to be pointing down, I think. Then I'm going to take some pink. Maybe a little bit of yellow. It's like a corally kind of color. And I'm just going to start doing these fluffy petals going around, all kind of pointing towards this way. I'm just doing rounded kind of petals going this way. But also I'm not focusing too much on like, you know, worrying too much about what the petals are looking like. Going lighter. I'm not gonna lie, this feels so good to do. Just be loose and have fun. Okay. Looks a little odd. That's okay. I'm just going to go in with some darker pink. Do some like little curves. I mean, it looks a little odd, but that's okay. I feel like I could always redeem it and fix it later, you know? Let's just add some green in here, guys. I'm going to grab some of my olive green and just kind of tap it in the base here just so there's like some greenery in between the flowers. So teaching in person has honestly taught me a lot of what to focus on when teaching beginners, especially. I feel like a lot of the girls on the retreat had a good base of watercolor. Like obviously they'd been following me for a while. But I also taught, like I said yesterday, at a workshop, and there were a lot of beginners who had never touched watercolor before. So I really enjoy teaching beginners because it shows me kind of things that people tend to do when they haven't used watercolor before. And it gives me a better idea of what I need to focus on. And I'd say the biggest takeaway from teaching like beginners, use more water than you think you need. I mean, some people say they use too much water, but you can always take water away. I find paintings can really struggle to look a certain way when you're not using enough water. You know what I mean? Like, you need water for watercolor to work. And if you don't use enough water, it's not going to flow the way it should. You can always mop up color and water if it's too much, but you know, your work can tend to look a lot more like too saturated with paint if you're not using enough water, a lot more dry. So I really see with beginners, so if you are a beginner watching this, try and play with more water than you think, especially when you're like, so for this, I used a lot of water, especially if you're using like good quality cotton paper. The paper is going to soak it up and it's going to hold it well. So you can use water and have some of those puddles because it will just kind of soak it up, which is really, really helpful. But I don't know. It's just one of the things I've kind of noticed a lot is just use more water than you think, right? Right? Right. I'm not serious. Wait, I don't know what's happening. Matt, you're just having all these conversations with people. Matt, you're not getting new speakers. I swear. I will lose it. You're not getting new. Okay. Oh my gosh. Yeah. He's watching a lot of reviews on speakers right now, and it's driving me nuts because we're not getting new speakers. You have beautiful speakers. Chill. All right. I think I'm just going to do these 3 flowers, and then I'm not going to do too much more. So I've been using my flat brush a lot, and I'm just having so much fun with this brush. Like, I find myself using it sometimes more, especially for florals, than my other round brushes. It does take a little bit of like training to kind of get like how you want to use it, but I just feel like you can get a lot more like loose with your shapes with it. I don't know. Okay, is this dry? Although this paper, I will say, like, I don't know if you can see it. I'm gonna have to do another layer, but it looks like it loses a lot of the pigment. Like, looks a little bit more dry, not as vibrant. I don't know. I think that might be the paper, but I'm gonna try and do another layer and just see how it works. I'm gonna dry this quickly. Yeah, this paper dries weird. Can you guys see that? Like the little white marks underneath? I don't know. She missed you so much in France, but now that she's back, she will end you over the speakers. I won't end him. He's already got me to agree to take him and the kids, well, like us take the kids on a cruise. He wants to travel with the kids so bad, and I've already agreed to that. That's enough money. We don't need anything else. Chill, Matt. Chill. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit more brightness to some of these because I feel like it's lost its brightness. A bit more red here. I don't know. Get this dark red. Really kind of get in there behind some of these petals to get I don't know what I'm doing. Just trying to make it a bit more vibrant, but also get some of those shadows just to kind of carve out some of the petals. I don't know if that's working the way I want it to, but that's okay. What is the paper? The paper is that Hahnemühle Hanmule this paper. I don't know. I'm gonna just go over this a bit. Trying not to lose it, but I feel like it just needs another layer. It's just kind of too light. So I'm just gonna blend it all together. Whatever. We can always go back over it again, which I probably will. I'm gonna grab some more dark red, kind of add it in here. A little bit more purple for a bit more shadow. See, it looks like it's kind of popping out at us. Okay, let's do this one because this one kind of looks a little bit of a mess here. I'm gonna just mix that color again. Just go over it to get another layer. Maybe just with a light wash of the pink. I don't know. I just don't like how it's drying. Pink. I was like, what color am I using again? And then we'll see how it dries the second time with the second layer, if it's as vibrant. Then we'll get some purple, then add it in again. Let's see if a second layer makes a difference when it dries. Oh, I forgot to leave that yellow there. Oh, oops. Oh well. There we go. Okay, let's see if I can lift some of this so you can put yellow in the middle after. There we go. Okay, and then this part with the pink, I feel like this one doesn't look as bad or as splotchy, but I used a lot more of a lighter wash on here. I feel like it's just like the bigger, bolder colors. I don't really know what I'm doing with this one, this flower here. Don't love it, but that's okay. I'm just gonna go over it. And then just go in with some darker strokes randomly. I don't know. Okay. Just gonna do some more dots here. This is dry, so I'm getting quite a nice like effect there. Let's see. Do a little bit of yellow here. Like that. I don't know. Okay, let's see how this dries. I'm gonna just dry this first. Do you recommend soaking or sponging off the sizing of the paper before painting on it? I've never done that, Terry, so I have no idea. I've never like stretched or sized or anything on my paper. I've always just kind of painted on it. Okay, so that's kind of dry. Not yet. Hold on. Okay, now it's dry. Now I can do a little bit more detail. So I'm gonna grab a little bit of purple here, my size 2 brush, and I'm just gonna do just a couple like little lines coming down and separating some of the petals. Just some little detailed bits. And it did dry a lot better with the extra layer. You might just have to layer up on this paper. I don't want to do too much. I'm going to grab as much yellow as I can, and I'm going to try and make it nice and bright. And little lines kind of going to the center here. And I feel like there was like a darker kind of red center. Like that. I don't know. And then this one I might try and separate a bit more. Bit of red, bit of purple. Just try to kind of paint some of the petals behind to darken them up and separate it. And also give these petals some line work too. This one is looking a little bit just more brown. I think I added too much darkness onto this one. I think I needed to keep a lot of that light softness of it, but that's okay. Still fun. Like I could just take some yellow, just add some brightness to some of these petals if I want to. But it's a little bit too brown, I feel like. I lost a lot of that vibrancy, mixing the darker shadow color. But that's okay. And then the center of this is like a dark poppy center. I'm just going to do little lines. That. There we go. And we have a poppy. And then this one, I don't know what to do with this one. I don't know if I want to have any separate. I don't know. I feel like I just might leave this one. I mean, I could do like some little lines maybe. I don't really know. I don't know if I'm feeling it. Do a little bit more yellow in the center here. There we go. Either way, so much fun. It's nice to kind of just get back and throw paint to paper. And that's what I just keep telling people to do. Like, you don't have to feel like you create a masterpiece every time you paint. You know, don't be afraid of your paper. Just throw paint on there, however you like it. It could be, you know, loose florals. It could be just swatching your colors. It could be creating a simple rainbow, anything just to get you painting. Don't go into every piece thinking that it has to be something perfect and spectacular, because it really doesn't. Just play, because that's when what you're going to get the most out of painting and your work is just when you try different things and tell yourself beforehand that it's okay if it doesn't become anything specific. Quick question. Did you ever paint fish? I don't think so. I don't think I've done. Maybe? I don't think so. Yes, I teach beginners. They're all scared of the water. Yes. Get more water. Like, really get some water on there. Thanks, Amy. But yeah, so there's that little painting. I don't know. It's just kind of like a... I don't even know what it is. But yeah, that was fun. It was just fun to kind of just create something and put paint on paper. So that's about it. I'm gonna flip you around to my face. Full face. All right. And yeah, so that's kind of my live for today. Little update of how my trip went. I am going to be working on all the footage so I can hopefully get out the video maybe next week, because there's so much fun stuff I want to share with you, and just tell you more about it. And I will be back to my regular videos. I don't know when. I have to film some stuff today so I can get it out for this week. And if not, I might go live again because I don't have any videos prepared. So that's what I'm going to be doing for the rest of the day today, is filming some more YouTube stuff. If you guys have any suggestions of things that you would like to see on my YouTube channel coming up, please feel free to comment below. You can always message me on Instagram. I would love to know what more you guys would love to see on my channel. If you're more into technique videos, or if you're more into like specific painting tutorials, let me know. And yeah, that's about it. So I hope you all have a fantastic week, and I will see you guys soon. Thanks, guys. Bye.